I don't need this! I finally wake up to save the world after 100 years, and everyone thinks I can't do it, all because I don't have some magical sword. Whoop-de-friggin' do! But I'll show him! This time I'll get that sword before speaking to a single NPC. That's right, I'm beating Breath of the Wild in the wrong order. Obviously, I'll start by getting the Master Sword, and I won't talk to Impa until the very end. What might she say, I wonder? But as you probably know, quite a few characters reference the Master Sword, and most importantly, how you don't have it. But didn't the champion have some legendary weapon? I see no such a thing in this person's care. Oh yeah? Well, this time I already have the sword. What you gonna say now, Buliara? Nothing! She says nothing. She normally bullies you about the Master Sword in between Riju saying what happened 100 years ago and pointing out the Sheikah Slate. But now that I actually have the sword, she just skips her line altogether. F you, bitch! Sorry for that previous outburst. Let's just see what happens at the Yiga Clan's hideout. Several Yiga Clan members patrol the hideout, and if they see you, they close the only path forward and summon more guys to kill you. Which is why most players just sneak past them. But, I got the Master Sword. Pretty sure I can handle a few hoodlums, am I right? Turns out the big guys will one-shot you no matter how much armor you wear, or how many hearts you give yourself. Guess they deal infinite damage or something, hackers. But luckily, I too know how to exploit the game, since Link can slow time from eating a lot of carrots. Seriously? Well, whatever. All that matters is I beat the guards. And what do you know, the gate reopened. But the second room is where things get a lot harder. There are so many guards that you can easily get swarmed. And sure, I can snipe one of them, but that only takes out one. But thanks to the power of bananas, I got every guard in one place. And apart from blowing myself up, it went surprisingly well. I proved you can get spotted and still clear the hideout. Then I cleared Varnaboris and freed Urbosa's spirit. Next it was time to reach Zora's domain, and despite the rain, you can actually climb to the reservoir early, provided you have enough enduring dishes. And surprisingly, Varuta is already there. If you use Cryonis enough, you can practically jump onto it. In fact, I wonder if... Nope. After that disappointment, I made it to Zora's domain without Prince Sidon showing up. That is, until I fell off accidentally and climbed a ladder to the bridge where the cutscene triggers. Oops. If I hadn't, I probably could have talked to the king before Prince Sidon, but I'd have to restart the whole game again just to find out now, and I already talked to Prince Sidon near Lena Tower anyway. So why don't we kill the Lionel before being asked? That'll be fun. Or rather, it would if it changed anything. There is one unique line about already having enough shock arrows, but that happens as long as you have 20, not just because you killed the Lionel. But now that route has surfaced, we can fight it. Thanks but no thanks, Sidon. I got this. Sidon, help! And I did it, thanks to no one but me. I freed Mipha's spirit, and we also get some unique dialogue as a reward. Oh? I see you already have awakened the sword that seals the darkness. Perhaps you do not have need of Mipha's trident after all. See, is that too much to ask, Buliara? But before freeing the next beast, I'm gonna go see Pura. She's pretending to be the assistant as usual, but we can't get the Cameroon until we see Impa. We can't even light her furnace. The same goes for Robbie, and speaking of Robbie, he's nowhere to be seen. And before you ask, yes, I also looked upstairs. There's just no sign of him. And with that waste of time out of the way, I freed Varudania and Daruk's spirit, but not before getting some unique dialogue. Apparently 100 years ago, the Hylian champion had a legendary blade. Hey, you've got a rather fine blade there already, don't you? Recognition feels good. From there, I made my way to the final beast, Vermedo, and got some more unique dialogue as a reward for getting the sword so soon. Yay! It's totally worth it. He basically says the same thing as Bluto though, noticing the Master Sword before piecing together that I'm the champion, but keeping it to himself. But now that we have the Master Sword and all 4 divine beasts, it's finally time to see what Impa has to say. The exact same thing she always does. She asks us if we're ready to hear Zelda's message, which... of course we are. Then in typical old people fashion, she rambles on about some old story without even asking us if we want to hear it. Not a memory to your name. But I already have memories. I remember the 4 champions and Zelda putting the Master Sword in the Great Deku Tree, which is weird considering I wasn't there for that, but whatever! I deserve more recognition for this, Nintendo. Maybe the script will change later. Nope. She'll now tell us to free the Divine Beasts. You know, that thing I already did. It is pretty funny to see such a long quest be completed instantly though. Impa commends me for freeing them and getting the Master Sword, but all in separate conversations. It's clear that the script hasn't changed from my actions, but its order has been slightly altered. Anyway, she now wants us to go to Hateno, which means we can light Pyrrha's furnace without being asked, which actually has consequence! She'll put together that I lit the furnace, and must have come out of the slumber of restoration in good shape. Finally! Some recognition! Anyway, once you take a picture of her, Pyrrha will tell us about Robbie. I actually tried lighting his furnace before Pyrrha's, but it's not possible. You only can once Pyrrha gives you this quest. So it looks like Impa activates Pyrrha, who in turn activates Robbie, meaning there's no other order to interact with them. But like Pyrrha, lighting Robbie's furnace without being asked also changes a lot in the way of dialogue. Normally, Robbie will ask Link to prove his identity by stripping? He wants to look at Link's scars from 100 years ago, but why not just look at, I don't know, his face? You know, I'm starting to think he just wants an excuse to look at Link's abs, and honestly, I don't blame him. However, this time he just asks us if we're Link, and believes us. Hang on a minute there, bro. I've still got my shirt on. I could be anyone. This proves he didn't need us to strip earlier. I'm serious. He doesn't use the fact I lit the furnace as proof. He only finds out I did that later on in conversation. He was totally creeping. But on the bright side, since we now have the 12 photos, we can get the memories before Impa tells us to, right? No. You have to talk to her first. It's only after you show her the photos that the glowing points appear. Now, she's only expecting me to get one memory, but ha! I got all of them at once. What's my prize, Impa? And our lucky contestant gets absolutely nothing! Why am I surprised? Funnily enough, she'll show us the final memory and then give us the Champion's Tunic, which you normally get after finding just one memory. So I really am affecting the script in some way. I also tried getting the final memory early, but it's impossible. And as you can guess, I got the memory, beat Ganon, shot Beast Ganon in his stupid face, and got the true ending. But none of that really matters, because I already did everything I could out of order. Well, maybe. I could have gone to Zora's domain without talking to Sidon, or cleared Yu Clan's hideout before seeing Riju, but I was more focused on changing the order of main events. So little things like these snuck past me, but who knows, maybe I'll beat Breath of the Wild in the wrong order again, or you can do it yourself. But in the meantime, I will be making another 2 videos on Breath of the Wild, so I might want to unsubscribe for those. And if you just can't wait that long, you can watch my video on where Breath of the Wild fits in the Zelda timeline right now. Before you go, just like this video. Okay, bye. Maybe the script will change later. Right? Why aren't you saying anything? It'll change, right? I'll be rewarded for everything I did!